a snowmobiler plunges off a giant cliff and comes up bloodied.
The sled just mowed my butt down.
Tim Hoff loves to burn off steam on his snowmobile.
It's adrenaline, it's challenging, it's excitement, the adventure, it's beautiful.
For him, the best part by far is jumping.
Where you get more hyped up to, go bigger and farther.
Tim snowmobiles with his brother Rob. Together, they seek out bigger cliffs to jump from.
We try and get up early in the morning, and we call it dawn patrol. It's pretty much getting up before the sun comes up and getting the fresh tracks and getting out there.
Tim and I are always pushing the limits. Oh yeah, I see a cliff. That's 10 feet, we can do that. And then the next one, it's 20 feet, and then he does a 30, so I gotta do a 40, and it just steps up from there.
But even daredevils like the Hoff brothers can reach their limit. March 2010. Tim, Rob, and a camera crew are in the mountains of British Columbia, Canada, on a quest to film their biggest jumps yet.
We wanted to get a lot of, air footage, powder footage. In that area, you can get more big, vast pictures and shots because it's so big and so long and so much terrain.
Everybody was all pumped up and, ready to drop a cliff or do a big jump or, something. Everybody was ready to unleash a little energy.
Scouting for a great jump, Tim looks up and sees the perfect cliff.
I kind of just clicked into go mode and was like, well, I'm gonna do it. And the cameras just kind of had to scramble actually to get into place.
I looked at it and I'm like, well, that's the spot. If we're gonna hit it, that's where it's gotta be done.
The crew barely has time to set up before Tim shoots off the cliff and into the air.
Gave it a big juice off the nose, and once I was in the air, it felt like I was there for a long time.
In risky jumps like this, there's a thin line between greatness and disaster.
It's one of those cliffs that if you were to mess up on getting to the drop, it could be life-ending. It's a big cliff, a couple hundred feet, so it's a do or die.
For a few seconds, Tim straddles that line.
I was really stoked going off of it, and I was really excited.
It was like slow motion, watching him fall out of the sky. I mean, it was unbelievable. And then watching him land, I saw him land and I thought he was gonna pull it off for sure.
But Tim doesn't pull it off. Far from it.
I knew it as soon as I hit. I felt my face hit the handlebars and I knew my teeth were broke or my lip was cut off or something like that.
Tim landed, pushed the handlebars down, and the sled bucked back forward. And then Tim got fully ejected, feet overhead, landed in front of the sled.
And that sled is still running.
The sled just mowed my butt down and gave me the biggest hematoma you've ever seen in your life. It's a giant bruise.
For Rob and the crew, it's a scary sight.
It was like losing my brother right in front of my eyes because I wasn't sure what happened. So I pretty much freaked out, hopped on my sled, went over to make sure he was all right.
Tim is bruised and battered.
I've never seen anyone go bigger in my entire life.
I felt like I got hit by a bus. My back was severely hurt and, sprained, and my neck was sore, and, I was coughing blood, and I was hurt.
As it turns out, he needed a few stitches in his lip.
I got really lucky in the big picture. My back still has a little bit of problems that I'm working out, but I got very lucky.